Welcome back to the JCB Golf and Country Club. My name's John Howells and I'm going to be taking you through some options here of how to get better at your backswing, particularly looking at how sometimes players will lose posture. Let's get to it. So one of the common swing faults that I see down here at the Academy is something called flat shoulder plane. And basically what that is, if I was to put the club across the shoulders here and just show you how, as we do the backswing, in an ideal world, we would have that club turning around and pointing somewhere towards the ground. You can see here my spine angle. I'm basically trying to turn my shoulders around my spine angle at 90 degrees. And that would result in the left shoulder and this left edge of the club pointing down towards the ground somewhere. Flat shoulder plane is one where we would look up slightly and the club would actually be pointing more on the horizontal, okay? That's going to lead to all sorts of different problems in the downswing. So if we were to do a flat shoulder plane backswing, you can see I've stood up out of my posture, the club tends to get very laid off, and in the downswing there's all sorts of compensations that are made. Over the top, people tend to dive down and try and get down to the ball, and it causes a number of real bad misstrikes. So what I want to show is a couple of physical tests that we can do to check whether this is a physical restriction or whether it's just a concept issue. Let's get to it. So one of the physical limitations that we often see is a problem with the thoracic spine and an inability to rotate using the thoracic spine. Basically, if you do this test, you'll find out whether it's one that is affecting you. Put the club across the shoulders and we're looking for 45 degrees of torso rotation. I'm doing this in the seated trunk rotation test here. So I would turn to my right to check for backswing. You can also, whilst you're here, check if you've got any limitations turning left. We're looking for 45 degrees in both directions. Okay, so the next test would be the 90-90 shoulder rotation test. I want you to lift both arms to your side, make an L shape, and try and see if you can externally rotate your right shoulder up towards the ceiling and look for any limitations. We're looking to get about parallel with the spine angle. Do it on both sides. You're checking for any tightness or any possible limitations in that external rotation on both sides. Both of those physical tests are really going to help us determine whether or not we need to do something maybe in the gym or with a fitness instructor to try and make you better at those specific limitations, or we embrace and understand that, look, it's not realistic that that's going to change, and we try and design the golf swing around what you can do at the moment, okay? Once we've made those decisions, we then hopefully will have a little bit better opportunity to really work on the technical aspects of the golf swing, and we'll discuss that now. So from a swing perspective, what I need you to understand is if we were to stand completely upright with the club across our shoulders and turn the shoulders at 90 degrees to the spine angle, you can see that it does work on the horizontal. However, as I tilt forwards, the angle that my shoulders turn on is ever so slightly steeper. And then when I get down into golf posture, you can see it's 90 degrees to my spine angle still. And that's really important that you can get that and get a feeling for that when you're doing your backswing. You look at the likes of Rory McIlroy, when he makes a backswing, he in fact loses a little bit of height with his head and with his torso. It's part of the coiling nature of a good solid backswing. You can ask your friend or your playing partner to even put an alignment stick in just in front of you, put it over your head, and whilst you practice making some backswings, ensure that the club goes up without you touching that yellow stick. If you do, you should feel that on the top of your cap at the top of your backswing. Give that a go at home. Hopefully that's been some really good insight into what we're looking for in the correct looking backswing. I look forward to seeing you soon. You can give us a like on social media channels and look at some of our other videos that we've got here. We'll see you soon.